Throughout his 2024 campaign, President-elect Donald Trump has promised to implement tariffs on foreign countries. He has proposed a 60% tariff on China and has even proposed to implement tariffs on everything the United States imports. First, let's establish what a tariff is. A tariff is a tax placed on goods imported from another country. In theory, the purpose of tariffs is to raise revenue and output for both a country and the companies that do business within it. However, there are risks involved in implementing tariffs. In most cases, the company importing the goods will have to pay a portion of the tax on the goods. The fear is that in response to this, companies importing goods will now have to pass part of the cost on to the consumer to offset these new costs. This is an example of a tariff being passed on to the consumer. After a tariff is placed on fibers, Nike has to pay 8% of the tariff to import new fibers to make shoelaces. Understanding this will cut into their profits. They will now raise the price of each shoe box they sell to offset the tariff. Now that we have established what a tariff is and the possible impacts, let's analyze how Donald Trump plans to use them. 1. A threat to other countries. Donald Trump has threatened both Mexico and Canada with sweeping tariffs if they don't meet his demands and address the border crisis. The tariffs on Canada and Mexico would almost certainly put the two countries in an economic downturn. In light of this, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum and Donald Trump have been negotiating a deal that would stop Mexican cartels from crossing the border and a policy that would force Mexico to agree to take back all undocumented Mexican immigrants into the U.S. 2. Revenue generated by economic output. This is where the controversy starts. As stated earlier, if Donald Trump imposed a tariff on imported goods, then the company that led the import would likely have to pay 8% of the tax and pass it on to the consumer. Donald Trump has stated that he doesn't believe that this scenario will happen and claims he will insert certain policies to ensure it. We have yet to hear an official plan from anyone in the Trump administration on how Trump plans to ensure companies don't pass the tax on to consumers. Despite having yet to announce a plan, Donald Trump has held not-so-secret meetings with top business, political, and economic leaders, and it can be speculated that this is a result of Trump negotiating many different propositions with these leaders. Maybe the subject of tariffs?